What's up? It's Jan back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. So this is gonna be my December TBR. I can't believe the year is over, basically. My 2021 TBR is struggling. Later this month, I'm planning on making a 22 books that I want to read in 2022. I made the mistake of making this big ass, like 4 pages long of books in 2021. I knew I wasn't gonna complete them all, but I barely stuck to it because I got caught up in new releases, you know, the usual booktube things. I also did really badly with the whole like series I want to finish in 2021. Yeah, that didn't happen. I'll link that video down below though. I'm still gonna try for 2022. So I have 2 little stacks of books here for my TBR, and my biggest goal for December is to clear out my currently reading tab on Goodreads because it stresses me the fuck out. So I have currently 11 books on there that I'm in the middle of, and I'm gonna include in this TBR and just briefly talk about because I've talked about them before, most likely. And I also have some like soft DNFs that I don't plan on getting to in December, and I like already cleared it off my currently reading tab. And that's like Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, which I wish I could read. Honestly, should I add it? No, I shouldn't. I only got like 12 pages into that. So there's that. There's From Blood and Ash that I got like 26 pages into or something like that. There are a few that I've only read a tiny amount of. So we're gonna hope they come back in 2022. But anyway, so I guess we'll start with the ones that I'm in the middle of so that it goes by a little bit quicker, and then I only have 6 new ones to talk about for this month. Oh wait, I usually start with my book club pick, don't I? So we'll go with that. If you didn't know, I run a book club called the Full Moon Book Club, and I run it all by myself. The information is always linked down below. All the announcements and everything are just on my personal Instagram. I don't have a separate one for it, but I do have a Google form that is always linked down below in all my videos. It's not required, like I always say, but it gives me a chance to like get to know y'all a little bit more and put faces to names when I see your names in like the live discussion chats, or if you tag me on Instagram or anything and I repost your stuff. Like, it just gives me your favorite book of all time, like fun fact about you, like things like that. And we have our live discussions every full moon of the month, so if you miss an announcement or forget when the live show discussion is, you could just Google when the full moon is for that month. So in December, my book club pick is The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. This is a dual timeline paranormal thriller with like a splash of dark academia, set in a boarding school for all girls. I think it's a boarding school for girls who have behavioral problems or like got kicked out of school or something like that. I don't know, like a correctional type of, what am I saying? Set in Vermont in 1950 and then also in 2014, and there's haunted boarding school, and hopefully it actually is haunted because y'all know me, I love me a good is it or is it not a ghost type of story. But all the ones that have that trope that I've read so far this year at least have not been ghosts, and it's so annoying. Hopefully this one creeps me out. I'm sure there's like a mystery involved in this as well. The live show will be on Saturday, December 18th. Time will be determined. I'll announce it on my Instagram and my community tab on YouTube if you don't have an Instagram or whatever. And my guest this month will be Hannah from Hannah's Recent Reads. I met her this year in person and it was just such a good time. Can't wait to meet up with her again. Excited to read this with y'all. Hope you can join the discussion. Now, oh, this is great.
We're doing great.
So the next book I'm planning on finishing for a readathon that my bestie Jessie and I host every month called Apphicathon. So it's just a 24-hour readathon every month. We announce it on our community tab and our personal Instagram. We have a guest host every month. I believe this month our co-host is Ashley from A Frolic Through Fiction. I don't remember if we got confirmation yet. I think we have, but we haven't decided on a date or anything yet. Jessie and I have been all over the place, so we will decide when we decide, and we'll announce it on our community tab on our Instagrams. Usually we announce it during our TBRs, but I'm pre-filming this because Vlogmas is stressful, okay? Just look out for that. I just read a bunch of books with sapphic relationships for 24 hours. This one, Down Comes the Night by Allison Saff, I've been in the middle of since I think it was our August Apphicathon. So I am 150 pages in. I'm planning on finishing this month for Apphicathon for sure. And I was liking it, and like it's a type of book that you can tell that it was written in 2020 because it had elements of like quarantine and the pandemic and everything like that. So it's a gothic, like romantic fantasy between 2 women. Really love the cover, and I like the little blurb that says love makes monsters of us all. I honestly don't remember too much about it, but like I think I'm okay. I know there's like a plague going on, and yeah, okay. moving on. So the next book I have is The Last House on Needless Street. This was on my, I believe, my October TBR, and I got 8 pages in, and honestly I could just like soft DNF this and take it off my Goodreads, but people have hyped this up for me when I started it in my sweater weather readathon vlog, which I'll have linked down below. They said it's really worth the read, so I'm gonna try to finish this in December. I'm sure you've heard about it. It's about a haunted house and a kid goes missing, and that's all I know about it. But yeah, hopefully I can get to this one. Next, I am 110 pages into it. It's The Inheritance of Arcadia by Zoraida Cordova. I really like how floppy my copy is. This was sent to me by the publisher, so that was pretty cool. I was enjoying the story. I just wasn't in the mood to read about a big family for some reason. I don't know why I have to be in the mood for that specific like, trope or whatever. So it's like magical realism. I really hope I can finish this because it's not that long. This next book, I am 50 pages in, and it's All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. I started this last month, and it was supposed to be a buddy read with Hannah from Hannah's Recent Reads. I was really liking it, and I heard Mariana Zapata's queen of slow burn romance, so if you're into that, read her books, but they're chunky. I don't know, I was enjoying it. I don't know why I stopped reading it, but I guess I prioritized other books, so this one I definitely want to finish because I've been in the mood for romance books lately and like contemporaries, but also fantasy. So like, I don't know, I'm in a weird mood, so hopefully, take a shot for how many times I've said hopefully in this. The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Delilah Harris. I read this for the book troop for one of Gabby's book club picks. I just don't remember which month it was, but Jessie was the guest host. It had to be like June then, because Jessie and I started talking in May. Isn't that crazy? Like, we've gotten so close. Sorry, I just had a moment. But this one I'm 86 pages into, and I was really liking this one. I just kept holding off on it because I did go to the live show regardless of me not finishing it, and I did spoil myself. I chose to spoil myself, so I wanted to like forget everything first, but this was pitched as Get Out meets The Devil Wears Prada. I don't think I've ever seen The Devil Wears Prada, low-key. It's set in an office for the most part. I think we follow this girl, and then another black girl gets hired, and then there's some sketchy shit that goes down in the office. Oh, it's a publishing company, right? Something like that. From what I recall, I enjoyed it so far. So Jessie said it's still worth the read, I think, so I'm going to finish this book because I'm sick of having it on my freaking Goodreads. Okay, the last book that I'm in the middle of for this TBR is Witches Steeped in Gold by Sienna Smart. So this was a buddy read with Jessie actually in July, and I am 146 pages in. What deterred me from finishing this book was that Jessie actually finished it when we were supposed to, and they said it's not even worth it. They said the writing gets super cheesy. The plot is really good, the storyline, the characters, the world building, but it's just the cheesy writing for them. I'm still planning on finishing it because this was one of my most anticipated of 2021. I'm trying to get through those as much as possible. So I have like a handful more of those books that I haven't read yet, but I don't think I'm gonna get to them because I have like Actor Age Eve Brown on there. I have We Are Not Like Them, Into the Heartless Wood or whatever that I have no interest in anymore. I have A Psalm of Storms and Silence. Ooh, should I put that on my December TBR? I forgot that it was one of my most anticipated. Damn, I'm losing my mind, y'all. Let's just put it on here just in case, because why not? So, A Psalm of Storms and Silence. This is the sequel to A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown, which I really enjoyed when I read it. February of 2020, right? No, yeah, it had to be 2020 because I was still in Indiana when I read it. What the fuck? And it wouldn't be 2021 because this just, okay. First book, she had like a dilemma where she wanted to bring back to life one of her family members, and to do that she had to get the heart of a king. There was this like competition at this annual festival going on, and then the winner of that competition became king, and that person had a task to kill the queen in order to save their sister. So it was a whole like enemies to lovers thing, and I loved it, so I'm excited to dive into this one and see what happens here because I have no idea what is supposed to happen in the sequel, and I'm not going to read the synopsis. I think I'm just gonna read a bunch of sequels this month to finish a couple series, duologies, whatever. Another sequel I want to read, I've talked about it in my September TBR because I wanted to read it for my butterfly vlog, was The Monarchs by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. It's a sequel to The Ravens, and it's basically a sorority of witches. I really like the twist in The Ravens, and I think I gave it 4 stars, so I'm excited to get to this one. This one I definitely definitely want to get to before January because that's when it's supposed to come out. And I got an arc of it from the publisher like months ago, so it's about time that I get to this one. And then I have A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer. This is the third and final installment in the Cursebreakers trilogy. So A Curse So Dark and Lonely, A Heart So Fierce and Broken. I bought this in January and I was so excited. I got it like the week it came out and I have yet to read it. It's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And wow, I really like this cover actually. I liked the second one better than the first one, so I'm hoping the third one doesn't disappoint and it finishes off on a good note. And I think one of the main point of views is from one of my favorite characters, so I'm excited for this one. And then I had this on my October TBR too, Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. I really want to get to this one because I loved Stalking Jack the Ripper, which I read in January. I've been in a vampy mood, like I've said in a lot of my videos lately. Ever since I read A Dowry of Blood in July, and then I reread it last month, and then Vampathon happened last month, and I just read The Lost Girls this month. It's all vampire books. We watched Dracula on Jesse's Patreon. I heard this one is really good, and then the third one and the fourth one don't really match up, but you know, at least I'm still on the second one. It's fine. Hopefully I like the other two too, but yeah, it's super floppy, and it's just like one of those paperbacks that just like feel good in your hands, you know? Carrie Maniscalco's writing is really good, at least from Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I really want to read Kingdom of the Wicked this month too, if I don't get to it in November, because as of right now there's still like a week and a half left of November, but not looking promising. And then I have Tomie, I think that's how you say it. Ashley from A Frolic Through Fiction said that she looked it up or whatever, and it's actually pronounced Tomie. I don't know, a lot of people say Tomi, but it's Junji Ito. It's huge, but it is a manga, and I read Junji Ito super quickly. I'm just making my way through all his books. I read 3 of them for the first time this year when I read manga for the first time, so I'll link that vlog down below. I just read Uzumaki and Ramina, and now gotta conquer this beast. And I do have an art print of this character coming in soon, and I'm so excited because I just love the art style and it really does creep me out. I read one of the stories, I think that's a chapter in here, called The Photographer, and it was in one of the other story collections I read, and I really enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite stories in that collection. And Tomie is this girl who like just naturally seduces men. She just like makes guys fall in love with her and makes guys be obsessed with her, and like look at these end pages. Ugh. So I will fly through this hopefully in like a day, even though it's like 700 pages. So it says she can seduce nearly any man and drive them to murder as well, even though the victim is often Tomie herself. While one lover seeks to keep her for himself, another grows terrified of the immortal succubus. But soon they realize that no matter how many times they kill her, the world will never be free of Tomie. Yeah, so every time guys try to kill her, like she just comes back to life and like regenerates. So it's so interesting and I'm so excited. That might be one of the first books I read in December. And then lastly, we have Summer Suns by Lee Mandello. Got this from the library. I just watched Elias Reed's talk about this. It was like one of his favorite books of the month. He described it as Raven Boys, but like darker and grungier. Was it grungier? Edgier? Something like that. And he said it explores grief really well and depression and everything, so I'm really excited. I don't even really know what it's about. I think someone really important commits suicide and then 2 guys who are best friends deal with it. Yeah, so they uncover the lies and secrets left behind by the person he trusted most, discovering a family history soaked in blood and death. Whirling between the backstabbing academic world where Eddie spent his days and the circle of hot boys, fast cars, and hard drugs that ruled Eddie's nights, the walls Andrew has built against the world begin to crumble. And there's something awful lurking, waiting for those walls to fall. Yeah, so I'm gonna read this for Books and Lala's Buzzwordathon. So it's a reading challenge, readathon, whatever, that goes on throughout the year, and she picks a word or phrase or theme for you to read books that fit in that category or whatever every month. And this month it is day, month, or season, and you know, summer. So excited for this one, just like all the other ones. Hi, Jan from the future here. I am about to start importing footage for this video. Sarah from Sarah's Shelves just convinced me to add Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover onto my December TBR. Hoping for the best, hoping I could read it in a day like she did, but she reads a lot faster than I do. And I forgot to include Girls of Fate and Fury by Natasha Ngan, which Sid from Sid Bookworm pre-ordered for me. So it should be here like first week of December probably. It comes out November 30th. It's a third installment and the final installment in the Girls of Paper and Fire trilogy. It's one of my most highly anticipated of 2021. As soon as I get that in my hands, that is what I'm reading. I'm dropping everything, I promise. But yeah, that is all back to regularly scheduled programming, and my camera is still dying. Love that for me. That is my December TBR. Oh my god, good luck to everyone. Like, Jesus take the freaking wheel for everyone's reading for the end of the year. And if you're doing Vlogmas, bless your heart, because we're all gonna struggle together. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun time. I don't even know why I'm stressing about reading all these books. I reached my reading goal like in June. So I don't know. It's just the whole like wanting to start fresh in 2022 type thing that's getting to me, I think. So yeah, good luck to everyone in your reading, vlogging, and your uploading, whatever you have going on in your life. Put the snowflake emoji down below if you made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Merry everything and happy always, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.